Okay, so the first thing that I do every day is I get Vaseline. I use the kind with cocoa butter in it, and I put that all over my lips and on my nose because my nose gets very dry. I also put it on my eyebrows because they get irritated when I pluck them and razor them. And I also put it on my side cut because it also gets irritated when it gets cut. I use Aveeno Daily Moisturizing Lotion everywhere that I didn't put the Vaseline, so my cheeks, around my mouth, and on my forehead, and also down my neck. The first thing that I do for my makeup is my eyebrows. So I get Signature eye primer from Mary Kay, and I put it on my eyebrows, focusing mainly on the tail end because that's where I draw the most of it. I get this spoolie brush from Walmart and the e.l.f. angled eyeliner brush, and I also use the e.l.f. cream liner in coffee to fill in my eyebrows. So I just spoolie out my eyebrows and get them in the direction I want them in, and I get the e.l.f. angled eyeliner brush and I use it to fill out the outer 3/4 of my eye. My eyebrows are the thing in my makeup routine that take the absolute longest. I'm very particular about how they look, and it takes me a while to get them perfect the way I want. I plan on doing a much more in-depth eyebrow routine uh, than this, but it just takes so long that I do have to fast forward over it and everything pretty quickly because it's a very long process. At this point in my doing my eyebrows, I'm not totally worried about their shape because I do shape a lot when I use my concealer on the top and bottom. The reason I'm talking is because I did try and do a talk through, but my dogs were fighting, my fiance was watching football, and trains kept going by, and so the audio ended up being very horrible. So I get the other end of the spoolie brush, and I get Buck from the Naked palette, and I use that to set the cream liner that I use on the outside part of my eyebrow. There's a piece of glitter on my eyebrow, and I can't help but just look at it. So I just wipe off the excess and use that to fill in the inner quarter of my brow. And I use a spoolie and just make sure everything is even. For under my eyebrow concealer, I use the Glamouflage Heavy Duty Concealer in Light from Hard Candy. It's an amazing concealer, and I'm in love with it. And I just get this brush that I got from Claire's, like in middle school or something, and I use it to go over the bottom part of my brow. I line it in the shape I want, and then I pull the color down so that it begins to blend in with my eyeshadow, but I don't completely blend it out yet. I also use the brush with the powder or the brush with the cream concealer the cream eyeliner to fix my eyebrows in any way. I use the Above and Beyond concealer from NYX in CJ04 Beige, and I use this to line the top part of my eyebrow. That way, because the Glamouflage is so light and harsh, it doesn't look completely weird. Again, I use this concealer to shape my eyebrows even more because they're like a very pointed end of my eyebrow. That's my eyebrow doing face. My fiance makes fun of it all the time. I look angry, but it really helps me to get a point at the edge of my brow. I swear, I'm not angry. It just helps. I'm realizing how ridiculous I look. So then I do pull down the concealer even more with the brushes that I used, and then I use my finger just to make sure there's no harsh line and just to blend it out completely. I use this other brush I got from Walmart, and I use the flatter end of it, and I use from the Naked Basics palette, I use Naked 2, and I put it all over my lid. Then I use from the 120 palette from Coastal Scents, I use this very pretty burgundy color that I struggle to point at. I'll point at it, I promise. That one right there, I use that color, and I get it on the fluffy end of the brush, and I use it on the outer corner and gently into my crease. At first, the eyeshadow, it kind of looks very strong and different than what it looks like in real life. It's a lot more subtle than the way it seems in here, but I also tone it down a little using blending, which I do right now with the e.l.f. contour brush, and I just get Naked 2, and all I do is I just rub it all over it, and it basically gives me the shade that I do like, which is like a very subtle burgundy color, and it looks very pretty on my eyeshadows, especially in fall, and it goes very well with the lipstick I use later. So yeah, just blend, blend, blend now. I use a sponge applicator to get Walk of Shame, and I put that all over my lid, mostly the inner quarter of my lid, but I just like the way it transitions. And I just get the outer corner better, and I get the big blendy brush from Walmart, and I use it on my lid to blend. And there's also a pencil side, and I use that to use the Venus from the Naked Basics palette and put that in my inner corner. These brushes are just, I use them every day. I'm very in love with them, and I got them from Walmart. The next thing I use is MAC Strobe Cream, and I use that to prime all over my face, and I use it when I want a really dewy finish, and I kind of did today because it just seemed right. So I use that all over my face. And I use Benefit the Professional just on my nose and around my mouth. The foundation I use is True Match foundation. I use Nude Beige W3, and I use the e.l.f. stipple brush to apply it. And I just apply a very light layer because I know I already filmed a everyday foundation routine, but that was with powder contouring and stuff, and in this one I actually do what I do for liquid contouring. So with my foundation, I have to take it up into my side cut because my scalp needs to look the same shade as my face, or else I'll look funny. My eyeshadow's bothering me, so what I was saying here, I'm pretty sure was about how washed out it makes me look because it seems so dark, but it really doesn't look like that. I use the Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse in medium 4, Honey Beige. It's clearly too dark for me, but I use this for my liquid contour. And what I do is I just pump it on my hand, and I actually pump it on purpose into where I had the foundation because I show later that when I get it, what I like to do is, I like to rub the darker foundation into my foundation so it's not too dark, and then I just use it to contour where I want to. So I just contour under my cheekbones, and on that side I made sure to include my side cut. I contour under my jawline, which is actually one of my least favorite parts of my body. Kissy face. Not my body, like my face. I don't like the way my jawline looks, so I like to contour right there. Especially having a side cut, it's very out there. I contour my nose, and because I have a big tip of my nose, I usually put dark all over near the tip and then keep it light on top. Then I contour. I use that same brush to pull all of it down. I basically just don't put any more product. I just pull everything away from the center of my face and down. I use a clean, unused foundation brush, and I use that to just do the same thing. Pull everything away from the center of my face to blend it even more. For even more blending, I get a beauty blender and I just dab over a little bit just to make sure that the transitions are somewhat natural, because before I powder they seem pretty intense. I use the Instant Age Rewind Dark Spot Corrector, and I use the shade Fair Light 215, and I use this under my eyes. I just do the upside down triangle, I'm sure you know. I put it on my forehead. I don't put it on my nose because another beauty guru just informed me that it's probably better, since I have a big nose at the tip, to put just my regular color foundation and leave the highlight off because it'll grab too much attention, and I forget what her YouTube name is, but I was watching her highlighting, contouring, cream contour video and I really liked it. So I just dab it all in with the beauty blender, just dab, 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 dab. My nose kept itching like right there, and it was super annoying. So I set everything with the Tarte Amazonian Clay Foundation, finishing powder in translucent. I plan on getting the foundation because I've only heard good things. So I get that on my Real Techniques powder brush and I just dab it everywhere. I dab because I don't want to spread out where I put everything. I put it where I wanted it and I would like it to stay there, is basically how I kind of think of it. So I just dab it on and rub it wherever I think it needs to be. So I use the Lorac Tantalizer to bronze my face on the EcoTools bronzing brush, which a lot of people use. It's an amazing brush. It's a very good brush. I like it a lot. So I just put that all over where I want to bronze my face. Another sample I have is the Benefit Dandelion, which I think I am going to buy the big version. And I don't know why I'm out of focus. Oh yeah, this is the MAC 169 angled blush brush, and I use that to put on my blush because my favorite, well, what I think looks best on me is have a very highlighted blush look. So highlight and blush is like my favorite. Now back to the eyes, because I like to do the under part of my eyes after I do my under eye concealer. I get that burgundy color again on a sponge applicator and I just put it on the bottom lash line, the outside 3/4 of my bottom lash line, and then a little bit in the outer corner. So I get the Maybelline Eye Studio gel liner in Blackest Black, and I get an eyeliner brush from EcoTools, and I do plan on doing, for Wednesday, I'm going to do probably an eyeliner tutorial, because I might do 3 videos this week, because the eyeliner tutorial probably won't be too difficult, but I do wear different eyeliner every day, so I just want to do a video on all the different styles of eyeliner I wear. Like this eyeliner I just did today, but I'd use a different one every day because I just love winged eyeliner and doing it in different ways. I use the Mega Plush Volume Express mascara from Maybelline, and I just put that all over my lid. Just go up and down. I put it on the bottom lashes as well. The last step of my makeup routine involves the new Rimmel lipstick by Kate. I use the shade 08 Rosetto, and I put that all over my lips, and then I use my finger to blend it out better. My last step is my Maybelline Mineral Power Illuminator in pink, and I get my EcoTools fan brush and I just put that on where I highlight. I also put it on the center of my mouth. So that was my everyday makeup routine. I hope you guys liked it. Rate, comment, subscribe, and request videos. Bye, lovelies.